Boom, 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 boom. Welcome back with another edition of Maurice's Polo Reviews. Today we'll be talking about what is on my mannequin, and also Ralph used slickness with something, but we're gonna talk about it. So, per the last episode, I talked about this beautiful rugby shirt. This particular rugby shirt come in, I believe, 6 different colors. I have every color, but I don't have the green and white one. I believe I am on the lookout for the green and white one. Trust and believe that I am looking for it. So let's talk about what Ralph did for a minute. Then we'll hop back into this. One word: Japan. Now we'll come back to that in a little bit, but let's get finished with this first. This beautiful rugby shirt by Ralph Lauren has the R on it, on English letters. But the only thing, hold on, let's turn it backwards. I can't remember if it has it doesn't. So these particular rugby shirts does not have the number on the back, even though they are a rugby brand of Ralph Lauren that doesn't have the number on the back. I think it probably would have been a little bit doper if it did have the number on the back. That way, you know, it could stand out a little bit more. But it's still a rugby shirt, and it's still A1 in my book. Not necessarily doing too much. If you want to wear it in the summertime, you can. You know, on one of those cooler nights, maybe. Not while the sun is blazing in Georgia. Please don't do it. You know, we hate to have to dehydrate you. But, yeah. So with this particular rugby shirt, I like it. I have other colors in this particular style. And I want to say that Ralph Lauren also have the skull and crossbone in these particular shirts. Instead of the R, you get a skull and crossbone. Dope still, but I'm into the R's, you know, the skull and crossbones, and the kickers. The kickers also come in this particular style of rugby shirt too. I just like the R's for some reason. I don't know. Maybe because my middle name starts with an R, but I don't know. But anywho, let's get into this Japan for a minute. I think it's Beams, I believe. In Japan, they did a release of the Japan, and everybody went haywire over the Japan. Yes, they went haywire. Considering the fact that the Japan is on a lot of people's grail list. A lot of people. I think the last time it dropped was 2011, if I'm not mistaken. And crazy part about it is they hit the clearance racks when they was released in 2011. That is crazy. That is beyond me. But still, they are on a lot of people's grail list, and the resellers are eating right now. That's all I can say. So what Ralph spin the block and do, he watches the market, see how everybody was sort of kind of upset at this particular drop because they didn't get it in America, or you had people, I know I did, I called over there and I tried to inbox somebody on Instagram trying to see if they would deliver to America, and they said no, they do not deliver to America. So I was sort of kind of upset, but I understand, you know, it's a release from this particular store that's in Japan, so I get it. I'm not upset, I understand it. Cool. But then Ralph drops to Japan. And guess what? Sold out within minutes. Then guess what? Restocks. Sold out. Resellers are about to eat. They are already eating. And we're talking about, I believe the retail was $815 for the Japan, and I think the lowest number I've seen a medium go for was $1,700. So they're doubling their money. So on a small is 17. I seen a large for 22, a XL for 24 to 26, and I saw a 2XL for $4,000. Boy, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. You're paying a lot of people mortgages and child support probably and daycare. That's a lot of money. And see, okay, so here's my thing. Here's my perspective about it. Understand wanting something and needing something are totally two different things, right? We can all attest to that. In this market, the economic market, will it be smart to spend that type of money on a piece of Ralph Lauren? If you got it, hey, by all means, do you. But understand that it's some dudes out there who spent $5,000 before this particular piece came out on this piece. Well over 7 that I know of for this particular piece. See, let me give you a friend-to-friend hard conversation. Don't spend that type of money on a item. If you can find it for 15 max, keep your money and just wait, because people will get the item, take a picture in it, and sell it. Don't go overboard trying to get a piece of this, a piece of Ralph Lauren. Meaning, like, I would say my thought process is get more bang for your buck. Meaning, I buy secondhand. I buy secondhand for a reason, because I don't want to be the first to spend a ton of money on a piece that I can get later on down the road for a reasonable price. That's what the community does. We in the community, we look out for one another. Trust and believe that. Me, Cliff, Pink, Rome, Fleet, Dunn, MK, Mo Blinds, all of my, I would say, my partners and my sister. We are the Rugby Kings, along with Dex, Bebob, all my people from Atlanta, Ralph Man, Dex, Salute, Dave, all my people. Even the bros up in New York. Cool. But we in the community, we communicate with each other on pieces. And there's nothing wrong with waiting for the piece to come down to a reasonable price. Don't overspend on certain items. So I can tell you I got this particular piece for $1,200. You gonna come right behind me and say, yeah, man, I spent $2,500. As your friend, I would have told you to stop, pause, hold on. Don't do it. Wait. Because that you're paying is a hype beast piece. Even though it was on a lot of our grail list, still, when somebody has an item, negotiate. Ask them what is the bottom dollar on the piece. They give you a number, cool, that's fine. If it's reasonable, that's when you negotiate. Okay, I want $1,000 for this piece. You do? Okay, I don't have 1,000, but I got 750 or 720. You know, negotiate. That's what it's all about. The world is about negotiating and communication. That's what we as people mess up at, because we spend a lot of money in the Ralph Lauren game or any other collectible item game, period. But sometimes you got to sit back and you got to think about it. Why should I spend $1,000 on this piece? Negotiation tactics, it'll come back around. Just wait. But if you got to have it then, you know, still negotiate. That's all I'm saying. Negotiate. So I do have a grail of mine. I was able to pull the trigger on a grail of mine, and I'm pretty sure it's a grail on a lot of people's list. So, upon further ado, again, Ralph is 85, 86. I will say this, I will leave my thoughts to the end of the segment, and then I'll tell you reason why. Anywho, upon further ado, I have, AKA the potato sack. This particular piece is a grail piece of mine. I look for it and look for it and look for it. It has the colors, has the Indian head on the back of it. Oh, sorry. Has the Indian head on the back of it. Has the tassels in the front. Oh, my bad. Have the tassels in the front. It's a very beautiful piece. Now, with this being said, I am a Ralph Lauren connoisseur. I'm a bro. Enough to be said about that. So, understand that when we're talking Ralph Lauren, there will be some pieces that will never, ever come back out. And the Indian head will be #1 on that list. I think I talked about this many videos ago. The Indian head is one of the most iconic pieces that Ralph Lauren has ever produced. The 94 Indian head sweater. That's going to be the top, if not the #1, the top 3. It'll definitely be in the top 5. So with that being said, me as a collector, telling you as my, peers, and maybe, a little, some youngins up under me, if you're looking for a piece to get, it will be the 94 Indian head sweater. Me to you, you to me. Reason being because that piece will never come back out. Understand it. That piece is now, it's finna be 34 years old. That piece will never come back out again. So whenever Ralph meets the good Lord, that piece alone will become the #1 piece of all time. One time. Understand, he just came out with the Japan. He came out with the stadium, I think in 2018. He came out with the Winter Stadium. Ralph Lauren would never duplicate that piece out of all his pieces. That piece right there would never get duplicated again. So if you got your hands on 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, you better keep them. I'm just telling you, that's money. But anywho, I myself, I'm collecting I collect Indian head Ralph Lauren pieces. That's one piece that has been eluding me for a while, and I need it. I don't need it, I want it. My bad, let me rephrase that. But I want it in my collection. And this is just one of the pieces that I've been looking for, and I got it. So, it is what it is. It's definitely in the collection. And if anybody knows me, follow me on TikTok or whatever the case may be, I collect Indian head Ralph Lauren pieces. Also, there is a rugby shawl neck with the Indian head on it. That's another one. But the 94 is going to be the most iconic piece. Whenever Ralph Lauren passes away, hopefully ain't no time soon, but that piece will shoot the #1. It is what it is. Just telling the truth about it, it's just one of those pieces. So salute to Ralph Lauren. You just went and got the bag with the Japan. Salute to you all over there. You know what I'm saying? You did your due diligence on it because a lot of people wanted it. Those prices though, whew, for the resellers, if you got them, you better try to negotiate with them and get the piece. Just you to me, me to you. Am I still hunting? Yes, I'm still hunting for certain pieces. Is it a lot? No, not really. Right now I'm still looking for grail pieces in a sense. Maybe a couple of double RL pieces here and there, but I'm not full-fledged going crazy, about certain pieces. But I wanted to share this piece with you because this piece is definitely in my grail list, and I know some more people grail list. And for this size of 2XL, yeah, I think I paid under what they wanted, so I had to negotiate a price for them, and we negotiated. I was at them. I ain't even gonna sit here in front and be like, I only jumped in the inbox and said, hey, bro, I got this number, yada, yada, yada. I did say that. I'm not even gonna sit here in front and say I didn't. And then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and sell it to you at that price only because you are consistent and you're serious about this piece. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You know, so I would tell anybody, if you want a piece, stay consistent with the owner of that piece. Let them know you're interested, and also let them know that you're dead serious about the piece. That's when it comes down to it. You know, sometimes you don't want to have to spend a certain amount on the item, but again, it's all about your negotiation skills and just having pure conversation with the person. So, thank you for coming to Maurice's Polo Review channel. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's all positivity over here, no hating. Salute to everybody that's doing Ralph Lauren content. Also, you know, all that drama back then, it's over with. You know, I want to salute everybody. It's all about uplifting one another, you know, empowering one another, and just overall just being a good person. There's nothing wrong with being a good person in today's society, because the thing about it is, if something were to happen to you, the only thing you got left is your legacy, right? People are going to talk about you, good, bad, ugly, whatever, but you will still want them to look at you in some type of positive light. You know, if they do bad to you, cut them off. That's it. Cut them off. You don't have to be around nobody. Just being honest. So, with that being said, thank you for coming to Maurice's Polo Review channel. And I do have some heat on the way. So, salute and have a great week.